Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead reading. This is for week commencing the 8th of September. I hope you've had a wonderful week. We're going to start your reading with these gorgeous cards. Can you hear them? I love it. These are called the Sacred Creators Oracle, and they are by Chris Ann, who also is responsible for these beautiful Light Seers cards. Anyway, stop waffling, let's get on. We have your first card out. We have the element of fire. And then we have external validation. Ooh. Your creator energy next week is fire. That's like getting a fire in your belly, having maybe, you know, with this new full moon that we've just had, maybe you've manifesting some new ideas, some new intentions. And then we have external validation. Look at that with the headphones on as well. I love that. Now, for me, that kind of says there's something that you are going to hear. If you're doubting yourself about something, or you're doubting an idea, or doubting a move, maybe there's going to be something coming in next week that gives you that nod, gives you the nod. Anyway, let's see. Very interesting to start the reading. Let's have a look. Yep, these ones. As I say, these are the Light Seers deck by Chris Ann, and I have to try not to use them all the time, but I can't help myself. They're just so beautiful. Anyway, let's get on with your reading. Dear spirit guides and angels, please join me in this reading for Taurus and make it helpful, hopeful and healing. Thank you. Right. Focus, please, and thank you for Taurus. That is the focus. We do have Bella in the house, by the way. She's literally down there. Focus for Taurus. Oh, love that. King of Cups. Opportunity. Star card. And the challenge for Taurus, please and thank you. It's the Six of Swords. What is bubbling under the surface for Taurus, please? The Sun. And advice and outcome, please and thank you. Is the very strong card, High Priestess. So you've got three major arcanas here. So the King of Cups we have as your focus next week. Now the King of Cups is about being emotionally intelligent, if you like. It's about being able to handle just when everything else around you is going like this and people are up and down and there's drama llama going on, you just sitting there cool, calm and collected. That's what the King of Cups does. Nothing really phases him. Very counselor energy too, very loving, very giving. Maybe that's going to be your role next week also. You're perhaps, you know, going to be that person that everybody comes to. They need that that hug, if you like. Very Piscean energy, very watery energy. Being, yeah, maybe you are also, that's going to help you with your emotions, get some emotions out too, because you got the Star card as an opportunity. And this is the card of healing. This is the hope healing card. It's also about trusting the universe, being connected to spirit. I do feel like with this King of Cups and the Star card here, that again, it's about, if you, for some of you, you know, if you are being that person that gives advice, it's because you've been there, done it and got the t-shirt. And so what that does for you in a mirrored situation, it helps you heal at the same time. Perhaps you are a counsellor, and you know that's you giving back to the universe through what you've been through and your experiences. Gosh, this is really a lovely, really deep reading at the moment, Taurus. I love this for you. Six of Swords is your challenge. It can be that the Six of Swords is about, you know, moving on to calmer shores, getting out of the choppy waters, which that's what they want you to focus on. Is, you know, when the waters are choppy behind you, you need to be, you know, you sit stable, you know, be that person that maybe doesn't even get involved with all the emotional uplift and what have you. But the Six of Swords is going to be a challenge for you. I feel like, not to be that, you know, yes, be that person that can be there for other people, but try not to be involved with that. The Six of Swords, I feel, you know, there's choppy waters there. And the Six of Swords is about moving out of them. However, I feel like you feel like you're stuck in the middle of something. And maybe there's you know, there's some sort of responsibility here for others that may, you know, that's perhaps why you're unable to move forward. Now, the Sun card is what's bubbling under the surface. And this is lovely. This is about, you know, a sense of freedom, isn't it? It's a sense of like having vitality again. I just love this card. It's the most positive card in the deck. So it's like bubbling under the surface. You know things are going to be okay. You just got to get there. You just got to overcome some obstacles here. Now, the High Priestess is your advice and outcome. And the message of the High Priestess is about trust your intuition. So there is something here. If you feel like, oh my gosh, I really shouldn't get involved with this, then don't. Because the High Priestess just, you know, she doesn't need to get involved. She has her eyes closed. She doesn't need to see. She knows what's going on. Ooh, very deep reading. Let's see where this goes for you. Maybe that's your external validation. And again, I do feel like this validation is going to come in form of spirit or some sort of message from the universe because of that Star card. Right, let's see. The King of Cups can also be here, obviously, to say, get it off of your chest too. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Right, King of Cups, why are you here, please, and thank you for Taurus. Ooh, Magician. Very powerful card. If you are worried about talking to somebody, if you are worried that these things are going on around you and it's a little bit turbulent with others around you, then the Magician is here to say, don't worry, you have all the tools on the table to deal with this. And it's like, I just feel like once you're over this choppy waters thing, there's new beginnings to be had because Magician card is number one. He starts his journey now. He knows that he's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, he's got the experience, he's got, you know, the financial experience, he's got the emotional experience. He's in a good mindset. He knows, or they know, that there's something bigger and better. Now, the Star card is your opportunity. That's clarified by the Eight of Wands. That's beautiful. Eight of Wands is very much about incoming communication and everything lining up for you. For some of you, it can literally mean making appointments, getting something on paper, or making contact with those that you know gives you an element of healing. In other words, an opportunity to surround yourself with those that understand what you've been through, where you're going, what you want. The Eight of Wands is like, yes, okay, well, now you've done that, everything's now coming into alignment for you. This, as I say, it's an 8. And on the Magician, you can see he's got the infinity symbol, which is basically an 8 above his head. So it's like it's looming there for you, Taurus. What is this Eight of Wands about, though? Let's just get one more on that. Knight of Pentacles. Love that, because that's very stable energy. The opportunity of the Eight of Wands is like, right, let's look at how you can heal. Let's, you know, make it happen. Start making appointments. Maybe this King of Cups is your counseling energy. Maybe you're in a healing. That's your job. That's your business. And the Eight of Wands is like, right, you know, this is now getting off the ground. Appointments are coming in. Things are happening. And when we get the Eight of Wands and things are coming into alignment, it's because you are doing the work within to believe that you can, if that makes sense. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is also about being slow and steady. This, again, doesn't feel like this has happened overnight. This has gone on for a long time. But now you're ready. It's like, no, now I can deal with it. Now I'm going to do this. This is my opportunity. However, It's very, again, a very grounded energy. It's like, but I don't want to go too quickly with this. I want to make sure everything's all in place first before things progress. And that's maybe why the Six of Swords is a little bit of a challenge for you. It's like, no, slow and steady wins the race here. And Six of Swords is like, let's move on, let's quick get out of these choppy waters. But for some reason, that's a challenge for you. I just feel like you're like, no, I'd rather do baby steps, thank you. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And the High Priestess is here to say, yeah, you trust your intuition on whatever this situation is. You've got Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so interesting. Nine of Pentacles is about being independent, financially independent. I think for some of you, there is maybe not a fear, but a doubt in your mind about, will I be able to be on my own still financially? Can I do this? There's a consideration there. A little bit of a fear. Like, if I move on, will it mean I'll lose some financial independence? Will I have to be financially independent? Maybe you're in a relationship, or maybe you're in a job that gives you lots of money, but you're not happy in it and you need to get it off your chest. You need something new, but the money is the only thing keeping you there. And that's a really vicious circle to be in. The Sun card, though, is what's bubbling under the surface. I also feel for some of you, you want to move abroad. You want more sun. There's something to do with, deep down, I just want, the sun on my face. I want to travel. Got the Knight of Cups. Oh, how beautiful. The Knight of Cups is a very romantic energy. I love this, Taurus, because deep down, I just feel like you have this dream. You have this, like, well, this is going to happen, then that will happen. And then, the romance will come in, and you're feeling like, that there's a positive end to this. You know it. The Knight of Cups is about, as I say, it can also, for me, be the card of apology. They're coming in with an offer. And I do always see the olive branch with this card also. It's not on there. It always comes to my mind. So for me, it's like you're wanting somebody to apologize, or you need to apologize to somebody. You waiting for an offer with a relationship too. It could be one that's going to absolutely fill you with joy. Anyway, the High Priestess is here just to say, very obviously, trust your intuition. That's what she's about. She's also the card of mystery, because you never know what the High Priestess is thinking. So let's have a look. Advice and outcome for Taurus, please and thank you. Three of Cups is your advice and outcome. Is it saying trust your intuition about those that are around you? Is there a little bit of a mystery around somebody within your friendship circle also? But the Three of Cups is about community. Getting out there, networking with others. Maybe, maybe you've been ignoring those people, and that's who they want you to start, intuitively getting in touch with. Oh, maybe that's what your Eight of Wands is. This is communication coming in. That's your external validation from the universe. I wonder if somebody's going to be in touch. I'm going to do one more on that. If somebody's going to be in touch with you that just gives you this hope, this feeling of, right, yeah, now I can talk about it, get it off my chest. I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's do one more on that Three of Cups, please and thank you. Got the Knight of Swords. That's interesting, because it's your opportunity. You have the Knight of Pentacles, who doesn't move, very cautious, very stable, likes things to be all in order. And then as your advice, You have the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords as a advice card is to say, stop talking about it and do it. So whatever you're considering with this Three of Cups energy, and trust, you've got to trust your intuition. Maybe you've known about, I don't know, there's something going on here deep down, like here, what's under the surface, bubbling under the surface of that positivity and that, you know, that romantic energy. Now, it doesn't mean to say it's a relationship. It can be that you're dreaming of something lovely coming in for you. I can give an example. You know, at the moment, as you know, I do this channel, but I also work full time in a job. And I often dream and think, oh, you know what? I'd love to have a little summer house in my garden. I can just devote my time to tarot. And I just feel like there's something deep down for you, Taurus, that you have on your mind that's very positive. You've got the Magician as your focus. Focus on what you want to manifest here. But there is external validation coming in for you. Maybe in the form of this Three of Cups, somebody within your friendship group. Oh, interesting. Let's have a look. We're going to finish with the Rose Oracle. Now, this was my very first Oracle deck. And yeah, it's just, there's some really beautiful, interesting messages in here. Oh my gosh. Look at these cards. I mean, they're just divine. The message of the card is open, so open up. Say yes, expand through the extremes. So that's meaning like, you know, yes, when there's troubled times, we do expand, we learn and we grow. It does seem chaotic at the time. And trust life. That's your High Priestess. Oh, that was a very deep one, Taurus. Do let me know how that resonates. Have a fabulous week. Thanks as always for being here. Take care and I'll see you next week.